Welcome to BSW's Tech Dive. Tech Dive.
Submerge the ship.
The show goes technically deep into products you care about. The new, the old, the newish. So put on your gear, close up the hatch, and prepare to
Dive. Submerge the ship.
And now, here's John.
And welcome to this edition of BSW Tech Dive. I am John Lynch, Director of Business Development here at BSWUSA.com, also known as Broadcast Supply Worldwide. And today we're talking intercom systems with Jay Wallace, the Regional Sales Manager in the Pacific Northwest for Clearcom. And Jay, something that's happened as a result of the advancement of cell phone technology and such, we're not just doing wired, we're not just doing wireless, we can now do IP connectivity. Give us a little background on how that's working.
Absolutely. So it's another iteration in addition to the whole Clearcom family of intercom products. So several years ago, we were setting up a booth at NAB, back when we used to do live trade shows.
I remember those days.
Oh man, I never thought I would miss going to a show after doing it for all these years, but I can't wait until we can do that again.
Exactly, I'm with you.
But anyway, yeah, we're standing around and we're going, you know what we really need? We need the ability at that time to connect a large church in Dallas, Texas to its satellite operations. And we need it to be durable and simple to operate for a non-volunteer to use, to hit a price point, and we need to be able to have full campuses all tied into a single party line channel. And we sketched all out on a back of a napkin.
I was going to guess. Was this one of those napkin deals? There you go.
It's a napkin deal. And 2 years later, we released a product to the market called LQ. And an LQ box, LQ is a family of products now, but LQ is basically an interface box that allows you to connect intercom over IP. What makes it unique to the marketplace, it doesn't have to be on a LAN or a wide area network. It can be on the public internet. So we can literally have a box in one location in master control and have it connect multiple studios together over an IP network, multiple buildings within a campus, multiple cities, countries.
Wait a minute.
As long as the internet can see the internet.
Wait a minute. You're saying we can connect Atlanta, Albuquerque, and Anchorage?
Yes,
wow.
We can. Yeah. So it's a cool product. It's very low latency. It's very high audio quality, and it's really simple to set up. LQ doesn't require software to set up and manage. It's got a web browser style GUI built in. So one box is the master, and then the other box or boxes are members, and they look for the master's IP address, and they connect, and it's an intercom system. And then within the GUI, we can route channels of audio between one or multiple locations. We can change audio levels. We can do nulling if it's connected to a wired intercom system. The nice part about it, the 2-wire version of it can connect to a Clearcom analog party line system, something that could be 30 or so years old or something modern. It can also connect with a 4-wire system if we pick that particular box. So we can have a wireless base station in Chicago and a wireless base station in Cincinnati, connect those two boxes so everybody on the remote side are all on wireless belt packs, but their audio path is linked together over IP.
All right.
So
now,
it's a very, very interesting and popular product.
Okay. Maybe I'm taking it too far here, but I want to ask anyway. All right.
Okay.
Because remote operation is very big during COVID-19 and such, and traveling people around isn't as easy. Can I have, let's go back to my example of Atlanta, Albuquerque, and Anchorage. Can I have an engineer in Amarillo monitoring the whole thing?
Yes,
wow.
You certainly can. So we can do it a couple of ways, but but one of the features that came out of the LQ that we released a short time after is the ability to have an app running on your iPhone or your Android device or an iPad that is a virtual intercom panel that is supported with the LQ box or boxes, and that product's called Agent IC. So with Agent IC and the LQ box open to the internet, someone can open the app on their phone. They can download the app from your app store. They open the app on the phone. It connects into the LQ network and gives you a full duplex intercom station on your phone. And so you could literally be on site. You could be in a villa in Cabo and still be a part of the intercom system. Really handy for field production, for say television photographer, anchor people, where you've got a reporter in the field listening to IFB coming back from the studio on their phone. The photographer would have a comms channel with a producer or a technical director. Director could be monitoring from some other part and be able to talk into the talent's ear. Just depends on how you have it set up.
So
Agent IC is the name of that app.
Way beyond what we were doing back in the previous century. So just basically it's almost, hey, if you can think about it, we can probably make it work.
Right. And the cool part about that, you can essentially add it to an existing system. So let's say it's a facility that's got a brand X wired intercom system. We can drop an LQ box in that facility, ports on their existing intercom system, again, whether it's mine or brand X, and add that Agent IC capability or IP linking capability to an existing facility at a very reasonable price.
So I'm not obsoleting what I already have.
Absolutely not. Everything just adds to its existing world. So it's just a matter of adding features where they're needed.
Okay. So where do people look at, what is like maybe the first couple of questions they should ask themselves, and then they're going to contact us about, okay, that's going to help them determine, is this the direction they want to go?
Right. So what are you trying to accomplish? Well, I would like to have some to be on intercom, but I don't have the budget or to say buy a additional wired or wireless belt packs. I want something that's portable, to be wireless, but to be cost effective. Well, this is a pretty good cost effective wireless intercom solution in that I'm using my existing phone. All I'm paying for at this point would be an LQ device to support it. And that could be a fairly inexpensive 2-channel throwdown box, for lack of a better word. And then I've got a number of Agent IC licenses that I purchase. And then the app is at no charge. So it becomes a very cost-effective wireless intercom. Or let's say I've got a facility that has a wired intercom system, but they want a technical manager or an engineer or a floor director to be able to walk around, and they want a simple one-user system. Agent IC might work for that. Or let's say they have studios in San Francisco and they want to talk to a little remote studio in Sacramento at the California Capitol building. Drop 2 LQ boxes in those locations, plug a wired Clearcom belt pack and a headset in, and I've got an intercom system. Or one other application we have for it now too, let's say that they want to abandon the old POTS lines that they've been using for decades because they're expensive. So when someone calls and might have an interest in LQ or an Agent IC, the questions I would ask would be, what do we want to do with it? Do we want to connect studios together over IP? Do we want to tie disparate wired intercom systems together over IP? Do we want to have the Agent IC app so that an operator can be either local or remote and basically be on the intercom system via their iPhone or Android device? Those questions all lead us to LQ. And then it comes down to how many discrete channels, how many users, how many locations. Then BSW and Clearcom can build a system. Additionally, we added the capability of potentially eliminating some POTS lines from the equation. So POTS lines have become difficult to order and expensive. So if the client has a SIP server available to them, based or something that's in-house, we can add SIP licenses and give you 8 SIP clients on an LQ device. So basically someone could use it as a dial-up in lieu of POTS lines and potentially save enough money on that to pay for the LQ implementation.
Well, those POTS lines do add up. Yeah, absolutely.
They
So
do.
get to very pricey. So now, final thing from on this particular program is, okay, Any other final tips you can suggest for customers to be looking at for potentials? Then they follow up with us.
Is this intercom, or are we making
Talking
wine
here.
suggestions, or
Yeah,
what?
exactly. Right. Mm-hmm. Now we'll let the wine suggestions for another show.
Yeah. Okay. It's the questions that we would lead with, again, would be just general intercom questions. What are you trying to accomplish? Because if we can do it with a wired system, it's going to the client money. It's going to be very reliable. Maybe they need wireless components. We can add that. Maybe they have an existing system and want to add the Agent IC capability. We can do that with LQ and Agent IC licenses, or we can do SIP client licenses in the LQ device. So it's a broad conversation. We have a wide product offering, and you guys have the technical ability to help design and steer those. And I'm here to back you up when you need me.
Plus, I like just the overall concept here that, hey, somebody has a system doesn't mean we got to replace it. We can augment it, add to it, make it more efficient. Great.
Yep.
Jay, thanks for joining us. Jay Wallace has been our guest from Clearcom, the Regional Pacific Northwest Sales Manager, and I'm John Lynch. Thanks for joining us.
Baby, turn out the light.